So 2 years ago, on October the 23rd, 2017, I finally released my first ever commercial indie video game, GLO. And I thought it would be a really cool idea for 2 years later to sit down and just start playing GLO. I've not really played it myself since probably towards the end of 2017, after I'd done some bug testing and fixing, because then I moved on to making other games and continuing the Chronik Spartan brand with YouTube videos, etc. So I thought it'd be really cool just to sit down and give it another go. So kick off your shoes and relax your socks while I play GLO, the indie game I released 2 years ago. It's so funny how instantly this music just takes me right back to the days when I was developing GLO, just listening to it over and over. Right, let's get stuck in. Start on the first level. Hello, I have been waiting for you. So the aim with GLO was to always get from one side of the level to the next. That's basically each level is you're trying to get to the exit, but as you can see, it's covered in complete darkness. I've been waiting for some time. Mind the gap. Let's see what that says over there. I mean, now I do know what's coming here, to be honest. I just wanted to see that right in there. So with these first few levels, I really started trying to introduce the different platforming aspects to the players. So the first one, you could just figure out that you could actually jump. With this one here, and you can see, you start to realize that when you shoot, your projectiles glow as well. So there's some writing up there, and there's an obstacle to get across. So this was to show you that you could actually wall jump. There we go. We are similar, you and me. Oh, what did it say over there? Be careful now. I had a lot of fun writing this story and putting the little notes in the background, kind of trying to tease the player a little bit. I had a lot of inspiration from the way Portal told its storyline, and I never told anybody that, but during some of the when I took this game to an expo, some of the people started to pick up on that, and it was really nice to see that I managed to at least get that nice subtle hint in there for other people to notice without me having to tell them. So let's get to the top of this. Oh, a bit too far there. So there's another pickup there, and what they are is they're different projectiles, so you can shoot those with the alternative weapon. And these are stickies. Oops, you only have a limited amount of them, and they only last a certain amount of time. I mean, it's a bit easy for me here because I obviously remember how the level's designed. But this was a tricky one, this. Let's see if I can get the jump. Oh, almost. I tell you what, it's funny looking back now, like when I first put this into people's hands and not letting them know at all what was going on, how on earth they managed to figure out some of these puzzles. There we go. Oh. I mean, obviously when I was designing this game, I could see the whole layout of the levels when I was making them. And for a lot of the time while I was testing them, I was just testing them with essentially the lights on, so none of the darkness. And I actually designed them like that to be tricky. So they were tricky in their own right. What does it say here? It is good to have found a friend. So when I eventually did add the darkness in, it just amplified the difficulty level a little bit further than what I expected. But in the end, I really liked that, because then people started really identifying this game for its difficulty. A few people called it the Dark Souls of platforming, which I think Dark Souls was just kind of big news at the time, so it was the first thing people would think about when it came to a difficult game. But I liked it because I felt it was, a lot of the comments I got were that it's tricky, it's difficult, but it's fair, and that's what I was trying to go for. I don't want to con the player. I think it's just us here, but that's okay. Never wanted to con the player. I just wanted them to have a good challenge. It's a long way down. Now this one, this was a leap of faith. This was to challenge the player If they couldn't see anything around them, what would they do? So as you can see, it's absolutely nothing. And obviously the clue in the writing is it's a long way down. So we go down, and there we are. There we go. Watch your head. So as well as trying to like tease the player a little bit, I'm trying to give them clues. Oops, this is a tricky one, this. There we go. So I'm probably making it look very easy, but there's a technique with every move in this game. And I think before you know it, if I go down here, you can see you kind of hit your head if you're trying to jump, and that's what gets a lot of people. The trick is to have the confidence to jump out and swing back in at the same time, like that. You don't want to leave, do you? So just trying to gradually introduce more and more difficult platforming concepts, so by about the 10th level the player should be pretty confident with most of the platforming aspects of this game. There we go, there's another one that, oh, we can see a little projectile there. It's funny, I thought like being 2 years since playing this game I'd be really unfamiliar with it, but it's just all coming back to me so quick. Okay, so what have we got here? You don't need to leave. I think there's just a drop down here. Yeah. A lot of the level inspiration for me as well. There's two games that played really heavily into the inspiration of this game. The first game is Ink, and if anyone's ever played Ink, they'll instantly see the inspiration. Ink's a game basically, as I say, you won't succeed. Ink's basically a game where similar aspect in the fact that you can't see the platforms, but it's not really set in darkness, it's more like the platforms are invisible. I love this bit actually. Before you don't think there's going to be anything else in the levels, and you see that little creeper creeping past there. It gives you the first indication that somebody else is around. Watch out. So yeah, Ink, the levels are basically invisible, and as you jump you spray paint, and as you move around you spray paint. There's a creeper, so you can't shoot him, so good old Mario style. So you're basically trying to reveal the platforms around you, and it just really like blew my mind, the whole idea of not seeing what was around you, like it being invisible, like it being a mystery, even just the platform in itself, not just like the story or the hidden areas, but everything about the game being a mystery. Everything you need is here, and that's just what sparked all these thoughts in my head of like a world that was completely hidden, and I just thought it would be brilliant to play with the idea of light and how it can help, and the lack of light being such a hindrance. And the other game that really inspired me is Super Meat Boy. The level design in Super Meat Boy and the platform in it is just, it's perfection, and I wanted to get that kind of feeling of tricky, challenging, but where you felt you had good enough control of your character that you could actually come and attack these levels and feel like you could actually achieve them. So we see that last level was level 10, and that's where I first introduced the idea of there being bad guys, if you like. And as you can see as well, when you do get killed, you just go straight back to the beginning. Again, that pick up and play, quick goes. As soon as you die, just being able to have another quick go at it is, for me, it was essential, and that was something from Super Meat Boy that really stood out. There we go. Let's see if I can time this. I want to do that again, because if you can time it, it's really satisfying. Right. Almost. Yeah, that'll do. I have left a gift below. because we are friends. There we go. So that's the clue to, oops, get down there and see what's underneath you. So as you can see, that's another another type of pickup, and I love this one because you only get one of them, and if any of those little bits do land on the bad guys, it will actually get them. Let's try it again. Oops. There we go. And it gives you a little bit of an illumination to see what's going on. So what have we got over here? But yeah, as I was saying, the art style is minimalistic. And I'm a big believer in the fact that any video game, I love that sound, any video game should basically be cohesive. The gameplay, the visual look, the sound effects, it's tricky, should all be cohesive, and I think that really adds to the whole gameplay feel and the experience to the players. So when I was going for the sound effects and the music, I wanted something that was equally minimalistic, something that would stand out, like the black and white of the graphics. They do kind of stand out, but they're very simple, and I feel like the sound effects, there we go, and the music are minimalistic, but they kind of stand out as well, and I feel like they really match the gameplay style. The life you left behind is unimportant, and that's really kind of like the first clues in this, as to the being like, rather than it just being teasing writings on the wall just to help and to kind of like tease the player, there is actually an underlying story going on in this. It was just holding you back. There is like an omnipresent being that is trying to talk to you through the game, through the walls, trying to communicate with you. And as you go through the story, and you can unlock other parts of the story in like the mysteries section in the main menu, and if you find these hidden bits in the game, you'll unlock extra sentences which together piece up to make more of a detailed story. I don't want to give anything away for anyone that might go ahead and play this game, but it was, again, as part of that cohesiveness, the gameplay, the aesthetics, the visual graphics, the sound effects, I feel having a story included as well really adds to the gameplay, really gives something for the player to hook onto, even if it's a subtle story. And it was something that was really important to me. So I wanted to go for something that wasn't too heavy, but if a player was interested, they could chase it down, look into it, and try and unravel what was actually going on behind what looked like such a simplistic world. Let's see now. I do know this bit here. This tricks a lot of people. They always think it's just free running here. They can see the bottom and they think they'll just go, but you'll drop if they do. But we know what we're doing. Now this is a tricky level. This is one of the levels that got a lot of people, especially when I was at the demo. There you go, I did it first time. At the Expo when I was showing off my demo. Let me just drop there and show it again. The trick with this is that there's a platform here that you need to get to, but there's this little bit of wall here that hinders you. Now, as you can see, there's two blocks dropping down, but it was originally 3. And the purpose of it was that you would jump over and be able to jump around, wall jump on this bit here, just to give yourself enough distance to then drop and do a final jump down onto there. But that third block just kept on catching people, banging them on the heads, and even when you took away the darkness in the game, it was just so tricky that I felt at this point in the game it was just too hard, and a lot of people, it turned a lot of people off. So that's the one change I made to the level design after taking this to the Play Expo back in 2017. You can forget about that world. So I have. So this is a little clue here, as into the fact that maybe whoever's talking to you has been through the same things that you're going through right now, maybe. Anyway, let's push on. I think if I remember correctly as well, I think there is a... Yeah, so I've already gotten it in my playthrough, but if we go down here, if the player just explores, down this bit here is where one of those hidden memories is. That adds to the story that you'll be able to access in the main menu. And what did we say here? Oops, I forgot I left that there. Ignore those, please. Was there something? There we go. And I think, did we need, no, I don't think we needed, there's a block here that helps you get back up to here, but I think you could also get back this way. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. Oh, watch out. What have we got here? Oh, looks like one of the earlier levels. However, is it the same? This looks familiar. Oh, but there was a bad guy introducing you to... Oh, I forgot there was two. Rookie mistake. Right, let's see. So you can actually shoot the flying ones. You can't shoot the sliding ones, but you can shoot the flying ones. So there's a second one there. And these ones will actually track you. There we go, he's coming for me. Get rid of him. Oh, it's tricky, that jump. Let's try that again. Come on, is he coming? Let's go for it. There we go. So yeah, anyway, I'm talking about the Play Expo. I did take this game to the Play Expo in 2017. I actually got a free indie spot, and it was an amazing time, that, because I'd pretty much just been developing this whole game totally by myself. Bit of tweeting a few screenshots here and there, and other than friends and family, I've not really shown it to anybody. Very early on in my game development career, I didn't have any YouTube interaction. There was no community or anything. It was quite a lot in isolation. And I was checking about Play Expo. I can't remember how I found out about the Play Expo now. I think I was looking into them to see if there's anywhere maybe I could demo the game. Oh, that's tricky, that. And anyway, I found out they were giving out free spots, so I thought, well, I'll apply. And I had everything in place. I had a press kit. I'd basically done everything I needed to do to ensure that I was ready to show this game to press. And I did go emailing a lot of YouTubers and the press a lot. So I was quite well prepared, to be honest, and I felt confident with that I had everything to best showcase or to best advertise this game to anyone who might be looking to give me a free spot. But you know, first game ever, quite new into the whole world of indie development and all that. Didn't really know. I'd never showcased the game or anything like that before. I didn't really expect anything to come of it. And I remember the night when I was just sat on the couch just watching some TV with my wife and my son, and an email popped up, and it was from the Play Expo, and it was basically, you've been accepted, we'd like to give you a spot. And I couldn't believe it. I got really quite anxious, actually. I told my wife, and it's really funny. Just need to concentrate, but it's really funny because suddenly I just had this overwhelming feeling that I didn't want to show it to anybody. I didn't want anyone to see this. I just wanted to sit down, create this game in the confines of my own home, show my friends and family, and not put it out there. It was obviously the fear and the worry of people seeing it for the first time. So I got quite anxious, to be honest. But my wife was like, oh, well, we'll get everything sorted. We'll print off badges. We'll print off business cards. You know, we're going to really make the most of this opportunity. And we did. We made a cake and everything. And there's pictures of it, and I think I've referred to it in other videos and all that. And anyway, I got the build ready. got the demo ready, went down on the Friday night, set up, and it was just an absolute blast. It was a phenomenal weekend. Let me get through this level. I did have two of my mates actually come and help me, and you know, I don't think, I know some people that do these expos and these demos by themselves. This is a tricky jump, but it's hard work, and you know, it's amazing. It's so much fun, but it's so much work, so tiring speaking to people. I lost my voice even at the last Play Expo that I went to, and I wasn't even demoing. I lost my voice just because you speak to so many people, but it was such a fantastic experience. For the first time ever, I was watching strangers play my indie game, the game I'd made, and at first I thought people are going to be like, you know, pretty nice up in person, you know, no one's ever there to be mean or offensive to anyone, usually quite polite, but I was actually surprised that people were taking to it really well, and it wasn't through what people were saying, it was the way people were playing it. And people would at first come and see it, and they'd basically be like, oh, what's this? It looks like quite simple, not really sure what to expect of it. And then once they started playing it, they were just getting really engrossed and hooked into it. And I need to get through this level. I need to focus. But I remember one lady actually came back 2 or 3 times, and she must have played it for about 3 or 4 hours in total throughout the whole expo, and she completed the whole demo. There was 25 levels in the demo. In the full game there's 100 levels, and over the course of like that first Saturday, she'd completed the whole of those 25 levels, and that for me, there we go, that for me really solidified the fact that I haven't made an impossible game. I haven't made a game that was too difficult, or a game that was difficult for the sake of being difficult. It was a game that people could enjoy, people could get stuck into, and people were really getting engrossed by it and surprised by it. After first impressions of this game is you just see a lot of dark space, you don't see much, it's just a black screen. But when people started playing it, it was like they were quite surprised, and for me that just made the 3 months of development worthwhile. If it all ended there, I'd have been happy. I can't remember where to go with it. Is it? I think it's a drop of faith, is it? Yeah, it was there. There we go. And it's quite amazing because another concern was like, oops, it's 100 levels this game, and it does get progressively more difficult, moving platforms. Some of the levels I struggle to get through even with all the lights turned on in one go. So I always wondered if anyone would ever be able to complete this game. And that lady actually who did the 25 levels, she picked it up, and I think it was 2 weeks later, she was the first person to ever complete the game. Completed all 100 levels, all 4 bosses, no cheating, there's no way to cheat in this game, and she absolutely loved it, and she was asking me for when the sequel was going to be out. And it was just such an amazing moment knowing that somebody had played the entire experience that I'd created, my whole story, my whole video game, had played it and enjoyed every minute of it. And yeah, it all began really with that Play Expo. I don't think she would have known about the game, to be honest, if it wasn't for the Play Expo. So yeah, it was such an amazing time, wonderful experience. But yeah, I'm here to play GLO, and I've gone off on a bit of a tangent, but let's keep going. Let's see if we can get through the first boss. Right, let me remember this one. This is tricky. I can't remember if I need to get on there, if I might need to just do a clever jump out here. Let's get that guy before he gets me. Oof. No, I'm gonna try and get on here. It must be. Yeah. And then up onto into there. I think there was there might have been a memory here as well, if I remember correctly. Or was it? Oh, it's further up maybe, I think. Let's see what we got going on. There we go, let's get into there. Oh, tricky. Yeah, I think that's the memory there. I think I can see it. Let's see if we can get to it. Oh, right. Oh, tricky. Right, let's go quick. Ooh. Right, we can do this. There we go. Yes, got a memory. Achievement unlocked. Explorer. What? Is that the first time? That's not the first time I got one. Or maybe it was to get the first. Yeah, I think to get like 5 memories or something was an achievement. There we go. Right. Oh, I like this level. So close, but yet so far. Let's see what we got. Oh, creeper. Oh, and we just picked up. Probably didn't notice that we picked up one of my favourite alternate weapons in this game, the pinball. I forgot it made that noise, but it doesn't stay lit forever. Alright, so that shows us that we have to go up and not down, otherwise I might have fallen down there. I probably would have forgot that, to be honest. Get you, any others? Nope. It seems like you're trying to escape. I think I am. Oop. Oh, why are you trying to escape? Because he wants to be trapped in a monochromatic minimalist maze. It's so funny because like, I know exactly what the story in my head was about all of this and how your character even ends up where they are, and I just want to say it, but to this day I don't think anyone's actually figured it out. If they have, they've not talked about it. And it would be lovely just to see somebody figure that out for themselves. It's not as simple as it might seem. There we go in. Oh yes. Seemingly impossible, but we can get there. If you do like a quick double jump, you don't get very high. But if you do a timed double jump, you can get quite high, and you can just get on the edges of here. Oops. There we go. Was there anything over there? Jumping up over it through the top of the screen there reminds me of another inspiration actually, was in Super Mario Brothers when you could jump up and over the level and run around to get to the warp. To get into the warp tunnels. And as a kid that just blew my mind, the whole fact that, you know, those warp tunnels were hidden. Like, you played the game, and it was almost like you weren't meant to know they were there. Like, the first people that ever figured those out, it must have been pretty amazing. And that whole concept, the whole idea of just not knowing exactly what's in the whole gameplay world, that the developers like hidden things that you might never actually see. Another game about that was oh, I can't for the life of me remember the name of it now, but it's a video game which tells a story about a game developer that has had a friend who was a game developer, and he came across a lot of his prototype projects, and the video game is basically just playing through these prototype projects. But all these prototype projects are so weird and wild and wacky and just push the boundaries of what a video game even is. And it's quite smart because, I mean, the whole point of the video game is that I think the whole concept of the friend is just to tell the story. But each of these levels that the developer created are just so mind-blowing in how they can push the boundaries of what a video game is. And And one of them in particular was phenomenal in my eyes. Basically, you're just going through a 3D maze and you get into like a final checkpoint, and it doesn't seem to be anything special about it. It's just like a simple corridor system. Stop trying to escape. But in the game, if you press a certain button, all the walls turn invisible or disappear that surround you. And when you do that, you suddenly realize that there's this huge, vast, complex world just beyond the walls around you that if the game's played the way it's intended to be played, you would never ever see that, and it's almost pointless. But the fact that it just can exist and does exist, and it's a world that was created by the developer, it just blew my mind. And that whole concept of being able to put things where the player doesn't know they are, or hide them, even if they never ever see them, it's just like, it's a level of control over the art form that to this day it just really excites me, and it's something I always try to play around with in any of the video game ideas I've got. Even Gym Empire, you know, the tycoon gym game, but you know, nothing stops you from putting in there Easter eggs or hidden parts of the game that the player just might not ever see. Doesn't need to see, but you know, if they explore and they find it, there's just something there for them. Right, I'm sure we are close to, I haven't been counting the levels now, so I'm sure we're close to the next level. And you are making me upset. Ooh, it's starting to turn nasty now. There we go. Let's see, where are we on this one? This was a tricky one. I think, yeah, you got it. Yeah, no, you can't get it. Yeah, you've got to get up there to do that jump. There we go. Hit the bomb. Boom. I love that sound. Oh, we didn't get any of them. But now we jump up here. I will stop you. Will you? Look at me, I'm talking to it like like I'm not the one who actually wrote all these messages. Oh, douchebag. Let's do that again. Yay. Come on, you. Gotcha. Oh, there's a memory. Let's get it. Tricky business. Yay, can we? Yes, we can do it. Right, this is the intended way to do this. Kind of like one of those earlier levels where you gotta jump out but without the benefit of the platform. But when I was at the Play Expo, somebody actually figured this out. And I was like, fair enough. You can do it that way too. Ah, almost. Come on. Oh. Or did I change it? I might have changed it actually. Just to be tricky. This might have been one of the other changes I made. Oh, I think I can do it. If not, I'm just gonna do it the intended way. Go. Cheeky. perps down here, wasn't there? Yep. Oh, too far. Tricked by past stab of the past. Kind of like Future Tom. For anyone who watches Do You Nerd? Past stab. Right, let's do this. Yeah. Oh, idiot. Let's get the bomb. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. I just saw some of the writing and it distracted me. Right, let's do this. This. Ah, oh, stupid. Too busy reading messages. Right. I remember there was 2 there last time. Yep, this. Is where you die. Here's the boss. Oh, that was lucky. So yeah, where is the boss basically? Oh, basically, he's a shadow that floats around in the dark, so your chances of seeing him are pretty slim. Let's see if we can light up. There we go, there was a glimpse. Oh, he got me. There, you can see him moving about a bit. Oh, got him there. Where's he going to be next? Coming down. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's going fast. Oh. There he is. Oh. So yeah, if you didn't notice, after 2 hits, he speeds up. Oh. See if we can time him. Where is it? Oh, I think he was there. Oh, just went under. Wait for him. There he is. Oh, cheeky. I'm not even sure I remember his pattern on the 3rd one now. Bullets don't do anything to me either. Gotta jump on his head. Stay on here. Where is he? Where is he? Yes! There we go. And the exit's opened. We're back to the level 2, well, world 2 music. But yeah, GLO's the first video game obviously I ever really made. I mean, I made a mobile game, but GLO was the first PC video game experience I ever made, and I tell you what, it was as much fun making it as it was playing any video game I've ever played in my life. It was just such a blast, such a rush, so exciting making it. showcasing it at the Expo, meeting people, meeting some amazing friends that I've met on Twitter now that have been friends with me for a long time. And it just gave me the taste for indie game development, and 2 years on, it just feels really nice to be able to go back and play the video game experience that I made. But yeah, if you're interested in picking up a copy of GLO for yourself, it's going to be on sale at about $1 on Steam. It goes for about $4.99, but it'll be $1 because I'll be putting it on at 80% sale. If you do play it, or if you have played it, let me know what you think. The best part of all of this is people just letting me know their experiences with the game. How tricky they found it, how much they've enjoyed it, if they've completed it. If any of you have figured out the story, or if any of you do figure out the story, or have an inkling as to what it's about, please let me know. I'd love to hear your ideas and your thoughts. Throw me your game theories, let me know what you think. But I hope you enjoyed yourself. I had an absolute blast. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you next time.